about the normal business that he was from the king at that time, goes into the king of Samaria, which is Ahab at that time, and begins to threaten him. Say, I'm going to take your money, I'm going to take your wives, and I'm going to take your children. So in other words, what he was saying is, I'm going to take your finances, I'm going to take your marriage, and I'm going to take your next generation. I'm going to take your finances, I'm going to take your marriage, and I'm going to take your next generation. Now the thing that disturbs me about this text is that King Ahab has to consider the request. He goes and he says, okay, I tell you what, so there won't be a fight, I'm going to let you have what you want. What kind of leader would allow the enemy to have what he wants? Because he's afraid of a fight. And it seems as if oftentimes the church will allow the enemy to have what he wants. Simply because we don't want to stand against the wild. Brothers, you realize that we have all of the authority to do what God told us to do, despite what the enemy has said. But then the Bible says that King Benhadad, which was not even wanting any of the stuff from the beginning, he simply was trying to pick a fight. And we start to realize the enemy don't want none of our stuff. He's trying to kill our spirit. He don't want none of our stuff. He wants our joy. He wants our peace. He wants to take away our hope of salvation. So he never really wanted our children. But he knew that our children had some kind of tie to our heart. So he messed with the things that we cared about so that we would lose our joy. But I'm here to let somebody know that the enemy cannot have our joy today. The enemy cannot steal our peace. For greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. The Bible says that King Ahab now begins to go to the elders. Now look, we said that we would give this enemy all that he wanted. Now it seems that he's simply seeking mischief among us. So he says to his leaders, he said, should we go with the request? The leaders begin to say, no, listen, you are the king, but I got to step up now. You took the first request, but this time, no. Tell him that we're not going to honor no more requests. Tell him that we're going to fight for our stuff. King Ahab goes back to his guy and says, listen, I've talked to the church. And all of the church says that we're going to fight for our stuff. That you can have our joy. That you can have our children. You can have our churches. And they begin to stand up and fight for what they want. But the story goes on to say that Benhadad gets upset. And he says that I'm going to send everybody that I can into this camp. He says I'm not going to wait anymore for you to give it up, but I'm going to come in and get it myself. And not only am I getting what I requested, but I'm going to get everything that looks good to me. Not just the stuff that I requested, but everything that I know that you like, I'm going to take it away from you. The Bible says that King Ahab gets his army together. And when he gets his army together, the Bible says the first time they're fighting in the mountains. Go down. As you go down to the verse 20 through verse 31, you'll find that they fight one time. And they fight in the mountains. And the Bible says that King Ahab's army wins the battle. Well, the Bible says that Benhadad now says, a messenger comes to Benhadad and says, listen, the reason why we lost this battle is because I've been reading their Bible. And their Bible says that they look to the hills from which cometh their help. The Bible says that Mount Zion or their church is on top of the hill. So what happened is, Benhadad, we made a mistake. We fought them on their territory. And because we fought them on their territory, we lost. So what we got to do is we got to get them to a place where they're at a disadvantage. So the next time we fight them, we're not going to fight them in the hills. Because their God is the God of the hills. But how about we get them to the valley? How about we get them to a place where they don't have a God in there? How about we get them to a place where God is not going to be there? The next time we fight them, we're going to fight them in the valley. Let us realize that God is not just the God of the hills, but God is the God of everywhere. Make a mistake thinking that God only fights in the hills. So the Bible says that the next time they fight, they get them in the valley. They get them in a place where it seems like they're at a disadvantage. And some of you, it seems like you're at a disadvantage. It seems like you've got the short end of the stick. It seems like God has forgotten about you. One day you were on top of the world. People were calling you all over don't keep it away. But all of a sudden it seems like every blessing avenue cut off. It seems like nobody knew your name. It seems like the joy of salvation was gone. It seems like nothing in the world was even happening anymore. It seems like you were at a disadvantage. And the enemy said, where is your God now? The enemy said, where is the God of the eagle? Where is the God that has your back? Where is the God that has everything going for you? And it got you to a disadvantage. The Bible says that King Ahab, his army looked like two children compared to King Benhadad's army. They covered the entire city. And it seems like the enemy has a disadvantage because he looks bigger than we do. But look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. I may not look like something on the outside, but you better keep on my bad side because my faith just might show up. But I got that I'm bigger than I look. I'm better than I look. I'm stronger than I look. Somebody say, I don't look like what I've been through. So the Bible says that they begin to fight. And the Bible says that King Ahab's army win again. They won in the mountain. Now they prove that they won in the valley. And I'm going to let somebody know that you may be in the valley, but you're going to win. So this is the revelation of the entire story. I begin to ask God, what are you trying to say? He says that the key to their success was in their name. Yes. What is the name of these people? They are Israel. The name of the people are Israel. If you study the name of Israel, you will find that the word Sarah is how you actually say it. Israel. The word Sarah means strive. It means to strive. It means to stick it out. It means to stay. It means to have your back. It means to fight for. That is striving. Now, Sarah is Israel. It means El means God. It means Jehovah. Elohim. God with us. So when you put it together, it says God that strives with us. What is the word saying? I begin to say, what is the secret to Israel? Because even when they messed up, God, you still have their back. Even when it seemed like they were not even trying to do what you wanted them to do, you still have their back. The secret of their strength is in their name. The name Israel means God that strives with me. Which means despite what they are, and despite who they are, they understand that they have a God that's going to stick it out with them. They have a God that's going to strive with them. They have a God that fights for them. The advantage of disadvantaged people is that I might be in the valley, but I have a God that fights for me. I might be at a disadvantage, but I have a God that strives for me. He stays in the game. He doesn't leave me nor forsake me. He doesn't leave because it looks like a situation, but he sticks it out with me. I'm going to let somebody know that God is sticking it out with me. He's standing in the valley with me. He's in the fire with you. He's a very present in the time of trouble. He is always with you. And the Bible says, Lo, I'm with you always. Even to the end of the world. Even if you make him bad and able, I'm still going to be with you. So the advantage of disadvantaged people is I got a God that won't leave me by myself. I got a God that won't leave me alone. I got a God that won't let He walks with me, and He talks with me, and He tells with me that I am His own. Look at the neighbor and say, neighbor, I am a friend of God. Yes, I am. I am a friend of God, and He sees about me. He makes sure that I can sleep at night. He makes sure I got joy in the morning. He makes sure I got peace in the afternoon. He makes sure I got food on the table. Tell somebody, I got a God. Somebody, and then you might got the advantage that I got a God. I don't need a weapon, but I got a God that will fight my battles, and all I got to to shout the victory. I guess for somebody to stand on your feet and begin to shout the victory. Because you got a God that's fighting for you. Somebody say yeah.